Baby Joy's birthday! Yaboy, yaboy, yaboy!
Happy Hump Day Wednesday. It's time for a midday fix of facts and spicy side.
Yaboy, yaboy, yaboy! Studio audience! Magandang umaga! Woo! Ang lakas na kape ngayong umaga, mga kababayan, from breaking headlines to backroom whispers. All fresh, hot, served, and fresh. Mula po si Matteo Guidicelli. Magandang araw po sa inyo.
And happy Wednesday. I'm Monique Tuzon-Basi. We're glad to have you with us. I'm Mai Rodriguez. This is the Daily Dish.
And I'm Chal Chang Lontoc-del Rosario for the next hour and a half for craziness.
Yaboy, yaboy!
This is where the news meets the stories that matter to all of us.
That is right. It's gonna be crazy because Matteo is here.
Good.
How have you
Very
been?
fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you very much.
What is that great? Well, speaking about what's happening, a lot of things are quite different. A lot of occasions are happening today.
Yes, side by side.
Yes, it's Chinese New Year, plus it's also Ash Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We didn't know about this. We just found out
Actually,
yesterday.
this is what we were talking about, how January is so slow, and then once February hits, everything's
Boom,
so
boom,
quick,
boom.
and we were like, oh wow, it's Ash Wednesday, the start of the
Boom,
Lenten
boom, boom.
season.
So it's 40 days before Easter.
So have you guys noticed that, you know, a lot of our people here, the producers
Everybody's
right
trying to catch mass later after the show. We're all trying to. Are we all going to mass sabay tayo later?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Also, it's yes. Actually, last night, speaking of mass, Father Mark was in the restaurant last night, and Bishop of Imos. So magandang umaga. They watch the Daily Dish all the time.
Hello,
Magandang
Thank you
umaga
for
po.
watching.
Yes. Imos and of course Father Mark Reyes, one of the coolest priests in the world.
Also, since it's the beginning of Lent, the
Yes.
CBCP is calling on people to do some digital media fasting.
Nice. So it's a
new
because
way of
it's
fasting
It's
now.
the Lenten season.
I think that's a great
We
idea.
have to think of some sort of sacrifice, right?
So-
So this is one
What are you
sort of
sacrificing,
way.
Mai?
Maybe I'll do just that, digital media fasting.
Oh no,
but
we're not
I'm
gonna see your
no, I'm
selfies
not
anymore.
Sure, I'm not sure if for 40 days, but for, let's start with 1 week. Maybe I'll do that.
For 40
because,
hours.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of us are addicted to our phones now, and it's sort of distracting us from reflection.
Very true.
Okay, and what
madam.
about you? What
Ako
will you be
naman, I already
fasting
spoke
from?
to Sarah. We're not gonna use our phones. We're gonna send love letters from now on.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Love letters of
Wow.
minimum of 5 sentences
Every day?
every day.
Wow, that
That
is
sounds
something.
really nice.
For every day. Post-its.
No, post. It's just nice Manila paper, ganon, and then we're gonna write for each other.
Manila paper is huge.
Wait, that is
Ay,
so
di
cute.
pala.
Ang laki nun. That's your concern.
Ano ba na?
Big naman, wala naman font.
Index, ano yun? Yung
Index card.
Index card.
One for cheetah.
Oh, it doesn't matter the size, but still the content,
So, we're
right?
not gonna,
Or what
hindi
is
kami
in
magsasalita,
the love
magsusulat
letter.
na lang kami. Minimum of 5 sentences.
Yeah, but how long is this gonna go for?
132 days.
Wow.
Actually, the couple should try that out with Matteo and Sarah.
I'm not sure if he's kidding or not.
Well, what about you, Mo? What will you be doing?
I
or
will try
giving
to
up?
be doing the fish fasting. Like on every Friday, right? You can't eat red meat because I love steak. Shout out to Matteo's Steak at Guidicelli's. That was my favorite
Yeah, boy,
steak.
yeah, boy.
With the truffle,
With the
right?
truffle, oh
I
my
had that over the
gosh.
weekend.
Thank you for
yeah.
coming. Thank you for
So
coming.
that's what I'm trying to do. Like on Fridays, I won't eat meat. I'm gonna try to just do the pescatarian diet.
Starting this Friday?
Oh, that's 2 days. Yeah,
No, but on a serious
I
note-
love tilapia.
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 I like bangus. You know bangus?
and the dilis.
We're trying the bango.
Don't forget the dilis and the danggit.
And of course, the best is the bulad. You know the bulad? Oh, yeah, the bulad. You know bulad?
Perfect. You're going to Cebu
Bulad, yung
this
Cebuano. If you go to
weekend.
Cebu, you know yung
the
bulad.
bulad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really know bulad, right? You know bulad?
No.
Dried fish.
A dried fish.
the best
Yeah,
yan.
bulad
With
is
the
dried
puso.
fish.
Speaking
Yes,
about
po, so
with the
mga Bisaya dyan, taas kamay, studio na.
Well, another occasion that we also have, guys, is the Ramadan, which is happening supposedly today, but it's happening tomorrow. So we have a very special guest today. We will be learning more about Islam and the practices for Ramadan because that will be my fasting,
That's
actually.
very
I will be
nice.
attempting it for Ramadan as
I am
well.
glad she could make it today. Norhanie Lao Mama will be with us. And also we have jeweler Erica Reyes. About jewelry again.
And her story is very interesting because she, instead of creating jewelry, she goes to vintage jewelry. Like she finds antique and she recreates
So
it.
it's quite sustainable. It's quite
Hey,
sustainable.
you're doing the interview with me, huh?
Good. No, but you know, going back to the fasting
Yeah.
of no social media, I think this is very important because sometimes we use it every single day and we don't know na every morning pagising natin yun yung unang
Yes,
tinitingnan.
exactly.
So I think to have a little detox.
Fasting is good, but don't forget every day to stay on the daily dish. And right after a show, then you can fast.
Of course.
Yeah,
So in the
don't fast with us.
morning, kape ka muna, tinan mo yung mamahal. But lunchtime talaga, daily dish. Kailangan talaga
I think
daily
also
dish.
it's very destructive when you get your phone the first thing
Yeah.
you do in the morning when you wake up and it's all only your phone. I think it's destructive.
Actually, what
already.
we've been doing, Chal and I, because of Kimmy Lou Life Coach, she said gratitude. And a lot of our
Yes,
guests here that
so-
practice wellness, when you wake up, practice 3 things that you're gratitude.
Yes,
or
my friend
grateful
Denzel
for.
told me that. He told me when you wake up, don't look at your phone. You know Denzel
Yeah.
Washington?
Oh, wow. Grabe naman.
Is this for real? I know. Because I love Denzel.
Which Denzel?
tell
I
him,
love
I'll tell
Denzel
him.
Washington. We'll call him later.
He's busy. Next week.
Okay, sige, we'll call him next week.
All right, we have a lot of stories coming up, but first, let's get to the headlines. In today's headlines, Vice President Sara Duterte announces her 2028 presidential bid. Former Speaker Jose de Venecia is laid to rest at the libingan ng mga bayani. Catholics observe Ash Wednesday today, marking the beginning of Lent. And later in the show, we'll speak with jeweler Erica Reyes. We also have Norhanie Lao Mama on what to know about Ramadan. Our top story today, Vice President Sara Duterte throws her hat in the ring for the 2028 presidential race. Our Joan Manalo is reporting live from Mandaluyong. Joan, what can you tell us?
My Vice President Sara Duterte has formally announced her presidential bid in the 2028 national elections. Her announcement comes 2 years ahead of the elections this 2028, and the Vice President made her announcement during her very first press briefing of the year. This also comes days before the confirmation of charges against her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, in The Hague. In her opening statement, Duterte apologized to the Filipino people for what she described as the crisis they are facing under the administration of President Bongbong Marcos. She said she had already seen what she called a lack of sincerity in the president's campaign promises. The vice president also apologized for helping PBBM win the election. She added that she is fearful for the future generation and for the Filipino people, expressing concern that the country may continue to be plagued by poverty and corruption. She said that courage and compassion must return to governance as she offers her life, her strength, and her future in the service of the nation. The vice president also said she has peacefully accepted that her life is unlike any other and that it was never meant to be just her own. Following her statement, VP Sara declined to take questions from members of the media. Mai.
All right, thank you, Joan Manalo, reporting to us live from Mandaluyong City. Senator Risa Ontiveros says the opposition is not in a hurry to make its declarations for the 2028 presidential elections. Hannah T. is reporting live from the Senate. Hi, Hannah, go ahead.
My Senator Risa Ontiveros says Vice President Sara Duterte's announced presidential bid for 2028 does not change the opposition's timeline, direction, or core principles, and that accountability and reforms remain the priority. Ontiveros said the opposition is not rushing into declarations, even with the Vice President's early move, adding that each political camp has the freedom to choose its own path. She said the opposition is setting its own timeline and and standards for a potential standard bearer based on shared values, including anti-corruption, economic growth that benefits more Filipinos, national unity, and the protection of Philippine sovereignty. Ontiveros earlier said she's open to becoming a frontrunner of the united opposition in 2028 should she be chosen to run. Ontiveros also made clear that the possibility of political rivalries will not affect the Senate's role should impeachment complaints against the VP move to the higher chamber. If the case reaches the Senate, senators will sit as judges and decide based on evidence, not political alignments, as she emphasized that the core issue is accountability. This is after questions on whether political optics could come into play. Mai Ontiveros also addressed the legal question of whether a sitting senator may be arrested following the ICC development that Senators Bato de la Rosa and Bongo are alleged co-perpetrators of former President Rodrigo Duterte in its war on drugs. She clarified that under the law, a senator may be arrested if the alleged offense carries a penalty of more than 6 years and if the Senate is not in session. This after earlier noting that there's a long-standing tradition of not arresting senators while the Senate is in session, a matter she said could still be discussed in a Senate caucus. Ontiveros stressed that while institutional dignity is important, accountability remains the highest consideration and law enforcement authorities are expected to perform their duties. Mai?
Hannah, did she say something about the supposed infighting of the opposition about this ICC development naming co-perpetrators in Duterte's war on drugs?
Mai, when asked about the differing views within the opposition, including an earlier criticism by former Senator Antonio Trillanes over earlier statements made by some opposition members, especially before or during the 2022 campaign, Ontiveros said she has not read the recent post of Trillanes and will leave it to those involved to clarify their own statements, especially Senator Bam Aquino. Despite these internal debates, Ontiveros said the opposition's focus will remain on reforms. And on the International Criminal Court, Ontiveros said she continues to support the ICC and its processes, especially in cases where families of victims feel that the local justice system now has failed to provide a full and responsive remedy. Back to you, Mai.
Thanks for that, Hannah. Hannah T joining us live from the Senate.
A Feng Shui expert sees a challenging year ahead for President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., but strong growth potential for the Philippine economy. On Bilyonaryo's news channels at the forefront, Feng Shui consultant Ara Manalili says Marcos, a fire rooster in the Chinese zodiac, enters a tense energy cycle in the year of the fire horse. Manalili says that she finds vulnerable energy in Marcos's leadership, placing his decisions under greater scrutiny. She also expresses concerns over the president's health.
The roosters are
specifically
prone to arguments, litigations this year. And then plus the Northwest is the head of the state. Leader po iyan, naka-illness po.
Illness?
Yes.
Okay.
So prone to illness po si Presidente. Maging matalino lang din po siya sa kanyang mga desisyon. Humingi ng tulong sa lahat.
Manalili, however, stresses an optimistic economic outlook for the Philippines, adding that the year of the fire horse brings bold transformation. She forecasts technology, artificial intelligence, and the digital sector flourishing in 2026, urging Filipinos and businesses to embrace innovation and modern tools.
We're very lucky because our country is in the southeast. Baho ho ito ng dragon. So earth po ito. So during the fire cycle for the next 20 years, ang lucky na nasa atin. Kung ang Pilipinas, pagagandahin lang talaga ang mindset at leadership, dahil ang fire po ay leadership, maging matalino lang tayo, gaganda po talaga. So this year, naka-9 po ang dragon, the Philippines, naka-completion and multiplier luck po tayo ngayong taon.
A social media personality has appeared before the National Bureau of Investigation to address his alleged role in the online circulation of a purportedly fake medical certificate of President Bongbong Marcos. Andrea Salve is on the line for the details. Go ahead, Andrea.
John Florence Argota, who is known online as Jock Argota, faced the NBI cybercrime division and maintained that he was unaware the medical certificate allegedly detailing President Bongbong Marcos' health condition was fake. Argota is among several individuals under investigation for sharing the document following a directive from Malacanang. The certificate circulated online last month and claimed to show that the president was suffering from a serious health condition after being diagnosed with diverticulitis. Malacanang has denounced the document as fake and malicious. The hospital named in the certificate also condemned its circulation and urged the public to rely only on verified official sources for information. Meanwhile, the NBI confirmed on Monday that cyber libel charges have been filed before the Department of Justice against a veteran broadcaster Jay Sonza and social media personality Jeffrey Selitz for allegedly spreading the false document. For his part, Argota admitted he had noticed discrepancies in the details of the certificate, but said he shared the post to join a trending discussion online, adding that he considers himself a critic of alleged government corruption. Despite this, Argota said he remains confident that the investigation will clear him of any wrongdoing. Mai.
Thank you, Andrea Salve reporting.
Prosecutor General Richard Fadulon says the Department of Justice will coordinate with law enforcement agencies should arrest orders be issued against individuals named as co-perpetrators in the International Criminal Court case against former President Rodrigo Duterte. Those identified include Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa and Christopher Bongo, former Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre II, and former PNP Chief Oscar Albayalde. However, Fadulon stresses the DOJ is awaiting the Supreme Court's ruling on petition questioning the legality of Duterte's arrest, adding that any action taken will strictly comply with the law.
I think all these issues will be put to rest once the Supreme Court finally rules on it because, again, the position of the Department of Justice on the matter is that there are two ways by which the matter can be handled. One is by extradition, and the other is by surrender. And the manner by which the former president's arrest was handled was by surrendering him to the authorities, the Interpol at that time. But I guess rather than speculate on what the proper course of action would be, it would still be prudent for us to just await the resolution of the Supreme Court.
I guess.
Caloocan Representative Edgar Erice has challenged Senate President Pro Tempore Panfilo Lacson to summon the Bersamins to the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee investigation. This is in connection with alleged text messages between President Marcos and former Undersecretary Adrian Bersamin regarding supposed kickbacks from infrastructure projects. Adrian is a grandson of former Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, who himself was dragged into the flood control scandal. On BNC's Politico Nightly, Erice pushed back against Lacson's claim that the president's alleged link to the corruption controversy was merely, quote, triple hearsay.
Si Senator Lacson mismo nagsabi na ang mga Bersamin ay involved at ayon kay Engineer Bernardo ay sa pamamagitan nila nakarating yung 8 billion, di ba, na nakarating sa kanila. Ayun ang sa mga Bersamin. Ngayon, yung revelation naman ni Congressman Libiste na pinakita sa amin yung mga text messages na ang mga Bersamin ay nagsasabi na ito ay binigay nila sa mga pinag-utos na Pangulo ng mga tao at yung iba naman ay ibinigay nila sa Pangulo sa mismong bahay nito sa Nara. Yun yung pinakita sa amin na mga text messages.
Erice stressed that the alleged budget insertions would be easy to verify if only the Senate were truly serious in its investigation. The Makati Business Club is seeking a strong anti-dynasty law, saying proposed bills should cover relatives up to the 4th degree of consanguinity or affinity. On BNC's agenda, MBC Executive Director Apa Ongpin argued that while dynasties are not per se bad, they have been, quote, used systematically to monopolize, especially in local communities.
So, como nakasulat naman sa Constitution natin na kailangan maghain ng isang anti-dynasty law, dapat na natin gawin ito. It's been 30 years, 30 taon na mula nung naisulat ang 1987 Constitution. So, para sa amin, we need a strong anti-dynasty law. Kailangan namin ng totoong anti-dynasty law.
Ongpin also expressed support for Senator Risa Ontiveros' anti-dynasty bill, noting that while it could include well-regarded politicians like Pasig City Mayor Vico Soto, the move is necessary to break political dynasties. Former House Speaker Jose de Venecia is laid to rest today at the libingan ng mga bayani. Ryan Reloban is on the line for the details on the state funeral. Ryan, go ahead.
My former House Speaker Jose de Venecia Jr. is laid to rest at the libingan ng mga bayani today. On Wednesday morning, his remains were brought to Heritage Memorial Park in Taguig City for funeral mass. Even before the ceremony began, the venue was nearly filled with mourners who came to pay their final respect to the De Venecia family. Upon the arrival of his remains, full military honors were accorded, including a ceremonial march, flag raising, and a 21-gun salute in recognition of his long years of service to the nation. Present at the ceremony were members of his family, close friends, former worker in the House of Representatives, and several high-ranking government officials. Among those in attendance were former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, COMELEC Commissioner Ernesto Maceda Jr., and Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. In the eulogy, speakers highlighted his tenures as a 5-time Speaker of the House of Representatives, first elected to the post in 1992 under the administration of former President Fidel B. Ramos, and later serving again from 2001 to 2008. He was also recognized for his contribution to advancing economic reforms and supporting the peace process in the Mindanao. During his nearly 4 decades in politics, De Venecia was known as a political strategist and consensus builder, a leader who marked to unite opposing sides amidst heated debates in the House. The ceremony concluded with the presentation of the Philippine flag to his family, symbolizing his years of service and sacrifice in public office. Today, not only a former speaker was laid to rest, but a significant chapter in the history of the Philippine Congress was also brought to a close. May namataan din natin na dumating dito sa libing San Miguel Corporation President and CEO Ramon Ang. Sa ngayon, May, nagpapatuloy ang mensahe ng asawa ng namayapang dating House Speaker Jose de Venecia Jr. May?
Maraming salamat, Ryan Reloban, reporting from the libingan ng mga bayani.
Catholics flock to churches early this morning for Ash Wednesday. At Baclaran Church in Parañaque City, crowds spilled outside as worshippers attended Mass and received the sign of the cross with ashes on their foreheads. According to Reverend Father Rico John Bilangel, the ashes are only a symbol. What matters more is a true change of heart, seeking forgiveness and doing good for others. The presiding priest added that Lent is not just about fasting or abstaining from meat, but a time for deeper prayer, sacrifice, and helping those in need.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. joins our Muslim brothers around the world in observing the holy month of Ramadan. In his message, the president says the hourly devotion to prayer and reflection gives way to cultivating discipline, humility, and compassion. The president hopes the blessed hours will help rekindle shared concern for one another.
CICC can track the digital footprints of individuals engaged in image cleansing for law offenders, but it cannot prosecute them. But current laws leave them powerless to prosecute. This comes after emails released by the United States Department of Justice revealed that convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein employed a team in the Philippines as early as 2010 to clean up search results tied to his criminal history. On BNC's The Spoke, CICC Executive Director Renato Paraiso explains why efforts like this remain in a legal gray area.
Is there a crime to do SEO or reputation management?
Under existing laws, wala po. So I think that's where legislative intervention seeks to take cognizance of this case. Baka magkaroon ng legislative intervention when it comes to reputation management. Pero again, that's the main core of business of PR firms. We can trace the digital evidence, we can compile a dossier against these people, but again, at the moment, there's a lack of legislation or laws that would help us prosecute kasi hindi pa siya illegal eh. When it comes to image building, reputation management, it's not illegal. And I think even if you legislate it, I think you have to consider the industry as well kasi yan yung core business ng industry ng mga PR firms eh.
Up next, we have a Filipino jeweler with a magical touch that joins us this afternoon. From antique finds to contemporary masterpieces, she transforms vintage treasures into accessories that captivate our hearts, our minds, and our souls. Jeweler Erica Concepcion-Reyes joins us after the break. Stay tuned. The Daily Dish will be right back.
Hello, welcome back to the Daily Dish.
Yeah boy.
In today's era where glamour meets modernity, where does vintage stand and how does it continue to thrive?
This is really interesting, Mo, because joining us this afternoon is a Filipino jeweler renowned for breathing new life into antique and heirloom pieces. This is very close to my heart, and I'm so excited to have her and talk to her.
Yay, he's the jewelry expert.
No, I'm not a jeweler, but I'm really interested to know more about it. And she is, by the way, she is the owner and founder of Riqueza, Riqueza Fine Jewelry. Ladies and gentlemen, studio audience, please stand up for Erica Concepcion-Reyes! Hello, madam.
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming, Erica. It's okay, he calls us all madam.
Madam? Is it, how do you say, Riqueza?
Riqueza, that's right.
How did the name come about?
It's the Spanish word for riches, so I deal really mostly with antique and vintage pieces. So it's all about heritage, the richness of our heritage and the past and the stories that go with these vintage pieces.
Amazing.
I'm obsessed with vintage pieces, especially like estate sales and all that. What made you love specifically antique and heirloom pieces instead of new ones where you can make them? You basically redesigned them, right?
Yes, so actually I started as a collector. So I've always loved pieces, not just jewelry, but even furniture, paintings that have history, that have a story and that came before all of us. So, and then through time, I realized I wasn't attracted to just the beauty, but I like the permanence of these pieces because these pieces have actually survived wars, have survived migrations.
Right.
So, and they will last even beyond us, like our time here, right? So that's when I started Riqueza Jewelry, focusing really on these, on sourcing these vintage pieces and selecting them and giving them new homes.
Amazing.
Do you redecorate them and rework
Sometimes
them?
I do, but mostly because I want to respect these pieces. So as much as possible, it's all about making the setting stronger, repolishing if needed, cleaning, restoring, but not so much destroying the piece. I want it to still be in its, as much as possible, in its original state.
I believe the pieces are very sensitive. Are there antiques,
Yes.
maybe 50, 100 years,
Yes,
1,000 years?
yes.
Sourcing these pieces, do you travel a lot and source them from different countries? How does that go about?
Yes, I do. I source from my travels abroad. I also work with a large network of antique dealers who have become my friends. And also locally in the Philippines, yes, we have actually a lot of many collectors who have beautiful jewelry collections. And sometimes those who are tired of, there's some things don't work for them anymore, and they want to find new homes. So I also do that. I purchase them and offer them to clients. I match them with clients who might appreciate them.
That's amazing. I mean, jewelry, of course, and I know something that's very precious today also is silverware.
Yes.
Do you also sell silverware?
I haven't started, but it's something that I love personally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's passed by generations.
Exactly, yes.
Amazing.
Well, and it's not just silverware, actually, Matteo. Silver is going up. Silver
Yes,
and
and
gold
both.
right now. Where do you typically source your pieces? Matteo asked where, but is there like just one, I guess, country where you get most of them from?
It's difficult. I can't really say one country. It depends on if it's locally, it's collectors who have already collected and chosen these special pieces through the years. But abroad, it would be like in Europe.
Yeah, there's a lot in Europe.
Yes, places that have rich history, really, and like a long
Italy.
past. Yes, of course. I
There's a
love
lot,
Italian
yeah.
jewelry.
Yeah.
It's honestly my favorite. My favorite.
I love your emerald ring.
Thank
it's
you,
very beautiful.
thank
When I
you.
proposed to my wife, I gave her my grandmother's emerald ring.
Wow, I want to know.
That's why
Wow,
it's very precious. Let's talk later about
that's
that.
so sweet. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
But it's very interesting. Aside from gold, silver, gemstones, what was your most amazing find in your experience in looking for jewelry?
Oh my, actually, it's quite a lot. But one that's maybe recent, is it's actually the biggest Bulgari. If you're familiar with the Bulgari Monete collection. So this was from the 1970s. I was able to source a necklace, and it's the biggest coin that Bulgari set into a monete in their collection, like a custom piece.
So cool. Do you still have that piece?
No, it's already with a private collector. Yes, with a private collector.
Can you divulge the price somewhere? Where
Yeah, I always, in my business, I always try to give the best fair. I price everything very fairly.
Okay.
So considering its rarity, the beauty, the craftsmanship. So, but it's a very special piece.
What jewelry or piece appreciates the most over time? Is there a specific stone, metal that really appreciate over time the
Gold.
most? Gold, really.
Yes.
What
gold.
about for gemstones?
For gemstones, right now, it's colored stones, emeralds, blue sapphires, rubies, more than diamonds right now because of the, but in general, gold. Like it's really over time, tried and tested.
I mean, since we're in the Philippines, I'm sure you've heard of the South Sea Pearl, the golden pearl.
Yes, of course.
How
of
precious
course.
is that for you? I mean,
I
is that
love pearls.
Yeah.
I do. I love pearls. And we produce. Philippines, Australia also. We produce the best. You're able to source the best pearls here, right? I do. I love pearls too.
Do they hold value just like gemstones and diamonds? Like the South Sea pearls, for example, or the Mikimoto pearls, do they hold value as, I guess you have it longer?
They do, but in general, like the safest would be really in terms of metal, like gold. Because just in a simple, like if you want to put it simply, if you need to travel or you need to go someplace and bring these things with you, it's easier to sell gold.
It's more common, it's more appreciated by the
They'll
rest.
accept it anywhere.
I mean,
right?
I personally have my lucky charm here. I want to show everybody.
nice.
It's a South Sea Pearl.
Oh, I love
pretty.
it. And I see the coral too.
Guess what?
Yes.
The South Sea Pearl is our national gem in the Philippines, right? So
Yes.
I'm very proud to have it. It represents
nice.
Filipino.
Very nice.
But going back to you,
Yes.
Madam, I mean, where can people find your store, or how do they get to you?
Yes, so I have a showroom in Salcedo Village. And it's by appointment. So everything is, everyone's welcome to come over. You can set an appointment and I can show you special pieces, or if you're looking for anything in particular, you can let me know in advance and then I can prepare a selection.
Nice. Well, typically, what do collectors look at? Let's talk about first new collectors. So if our viewers want to start collecting these heirloom pieces, what should they be looking for?
what should they be looking for? You know, it really, you know, jewelry at the end of the day should make a woman feel beautiful. It's meant to be worn, right? So I think, you know, it's a very emotional thing. Jewelry is something we wear to express something, like express love, express something about our personality that we want to express. So I would go with that. Like, that's always my advice for those starting. You have to, when you wear it, it has to make you feel good. It has to make you feel beautiful. So I choose things based on that. It's that feeling, right? And usually, if you go with that instinct, that, you know, that gut feeling of yours, it always works out. Yes.
Do you believe in more bold pieces, statement pieces, or more minimalistic?
In general, I love bold pieces. That's my personal style. I love chunky statement, things with presence. It doesn't have to be big in terms of scale, but it's really the, you know how like when you see something, it has that, in Tagalog they say it has that dating, right? So
I love what you're wearing right now. It's super amazing. Very elegant, very elegant.
Thank
What
you.
are your tips for ladies or even men that want to purchase their first vintage piece? Is there a certain thing you recommend that they look for? How would you sell to them, kumbaga?
Well, depends on your personal style. So if it's something that you want to wear, for example, daily, let's say if it's a gold bracelet, I mean, I love the retro gold or bracelets from the 1950s. Italian ones are lovely. The vintage French ones are also very nice. It's something that's easy to wear for somebody who's starting out. Earrings are always great. Right? Earrings are always great. It's easy to pair with your outfit. So it really, you have to go with, when you see a piece, what you're drawn to.
Yeah.
That's what I would.
Now, what about price point? You don't have to tell us exactly how much one is, but can you give us a range for those who are interested in, I guess, collecting their first piece?
So it can start depending on the size of the piece, and of course, the gold is very high now.
Gold
so
is up
yes,
right now.
it's
Every
up
day goes up.
every day, right? So, but for earrings, it can start like 150,000, but it can, like, pieces can go all the way up to 10 million up. Yes, depending on the piece.
Now, these pieces, since they're antique, do they still come with certificates, like certificates, or are they? How does it go?
Yes, some pieces do. So it depends on the provenance. For example, if it's something that's the provenance is from a royal, let's say, family, that and it has all the paperwork, of course, it comes with that. Otherwise, I can give a certificate that states it. For example, it's 18 karat gold, because I have all the tools to check that too. And I can issue that with all the stones, like saying what the stones are and where it's made and from what era.
Cool. Well, Erica, we love hearing your stories. We'll have more of you after the break. We're just gonna take a quick break. No break. Ayaw ni Matteo na mag-break, but super quick lang. We'll have more conversation with jeweler Erica Concepcion-Reyes when we return. Stay tuned. The Daily Dish will be right back.
Catch award-winning broadcast journalist Mikey Oreta.
Many companies are reassessing their outlook, and commercial real estate is often the first sector where changes in business sentiment show up in real time. From where you sit, what do these two transactions tell you about the state of M&A in the Philippines right now? Are we seeing more borrowings, and are we seeing the kind of borrowing that isn't just funding day-to-day activities? Are we seeing the kind of borrowing for expansion? You said that the Philippines was in a yellow light scenario, referring to that traffic stop. We could turn green, we could turn red any moment, depending on the developments. Where do you see us today? Right now, we have a hybrid mix. We have fiber, we have satellite, we've got wireless already in place. What will it take to fully connect the entire archipelago?
We break down the numbers, the trends, and the decisions that move business forward. Business 360 with Mikey Oreta. Weekdays, 10 a.m.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Daily Dish. Still with us, of course, the Madam Erica Concepcion-Reyes, owner and founder of Riqueza Fine Jewelry. Madam, welcome back.
Yes,
And
thank
we're
you
very
for having
excited.
me.
Yes, no, thank you for being here. You want to say hi to the family, and of course, our friend Alex Eala.
Yes,
You want to say
of course,
hi right there?
yes, to our friend Alex,
Yeah.
yes.
Hi, Alex.
Hi to Alex and my Tito Joey, right? And I hopefully Monica comes on the show.
Yeah, they're all watching us right now.
Yes.
Let's talk about now, Erica, misconceptions about estate jewelry and vintage jewelry. What are some of the, maybe give us a top 5.
Top 5
Misconceptions about vintage jewelry.
Kasi sometimes sinasabi nila, ay, may spirit yan.
Yes,
matanda yan."
right. There's
So,
a lot.
Yeah.
Or
how do
like
you
it's
break
not
that?
real
Yes.
or something.
Yes, actually, in the past, that was more common.
Okay.
But right now, vintage jewelry has become very in vogue, actually. It's become the thing to, everybody's looking for it, everybody wants it. So in terms of the demand, it's the past year, I would say the past 2 years, I would say, especially here in the Philippines, people are more open. They're more open to it. But this is, because I follow Feng Shui, I do. So I actually do like cleansing of the pieces, for the energies, I do that.
So that's a basic protocol, kumbaga, you
Not
cleanse
for
it.
all,
Oh,
not for all,
okay.
but I do, because I follow Feng Shui. So I do, for the pieces that I carry.
So I guess that's related to the next question, that what are the challenges of being an owner boutique of a antique jewelry shop? Like, what's the common day challenges you face with clients?
Honestly, I'm fortunate to have very good clients and very loyal clients. The biggest challenge would probably be, one would be parting with things that I love, because the pieces that come your way are just probably the one and only piece.
Right, they're one-offs.
Yes, are one-offs. And then the second would be sourcing, because with gold also going up so quickly, it's difficult to source good pieces as now, because a lot of people actually have turned to having them melted, because it's just because of the value now, right? So it's difficult to find good vintage pieces.
I love that you keep saying good vintage pieces. What makes a piece good in your eyes? Like, what are some subtle signs that this is going to be a rare piece and that this is going to be holding value?
It has to be, of course, the craftsmanship. You look at the craftsmanship and you look at the way it has to be. You can tell from studying it if it's something that was made slowly, not machine-made. Something that has presence, which I mentioned earlier. So it has that, when you see it, there's something special about it. It's not common. Other things that are, when you look at many things that are rare, things that, when you see it, it's special. It's not something that comes your way.
Basically, Erica just has the eye for it.
Yeah. It's a thing. You're born with it.
Yeah,
But,
it's a talent.
Yeah, today, we all know lab-grown diamonds are very common, and you cannot anymore distinguish. I mean, the common eye cannot distinguish, no?
Yes, the
So,
common eye can't.
how can you compare a lab-grown diamond to a natural diamond, and is one worth more than the other?
To our eyes, I cannot tell the difference, with my eyes, between a lab-grown diamond and a natural diamond, which is actually one of the reasons why the value of natural diamonds has suffered somewhat because
so it's
of
dipped.
Yes, it's dipped. It's dipped. So, but at the end of the day, I believe that natural diamonds will still prevail, like over time. But because lab has made it so accessible, and because you can't tell, so that's why I really, colored stones. That's the way to go.
What is your favorite colored stone that talagang stops your heart when you see it?
For me, emeralds.
Emeralds.
Emeralds from where specifically?
Colombian emeralds, of course, of course. But sometimes it's just when you see it, it has that magic, like that quality, right? It's the color, the hue, I think it's therapeutic. I love looking at colored stones.
Same, that's what I do in my spare time. That's why Erica and I are going to be best friends. Is there a specific era that you've seen your clients are more, I guess, in tune with when it comes to the vintage pieces that they pick?
I would say Art Deco, because even though it's from the 1920s, 1930s, it still looks very modern and something that's easy to wear with today's fashion. It's easy to pair. Also 1950s, like the wide gold bracelets. Everybody loves statement, chunky pieces now. So they're looking for that. Also the necklace. 80s is something that...
Coming back.
Yes, I can't believe 80s is vintage, but it actually already is. And it's a lot of people like that bold gold look.
What about you? What's your personal favorite era?
I love the 1950s.
1950s.
Yes, 1950s. But I also love the Deco period. So for more formal occasions, I always wear, I love the Art Deco bracelets, the diamond bracelets, stacked.
Yeah.
It's like old Hollywood glamour, the look, right?
The Great Gatsby era.
Yes.
That's nice, beautiful. So, can you see Gen Zs, millennials, appreciating vintage objects and pieces today?
Gen Z, that's like us? Are we Gen Z?
Yeah, we're Gen Z. We're Gen Z.
Actually, yes, a lot. The younger ones are appreciating. They have an awareness.
Okay.
Yes, they have a greater awareness of how special and rare these vintage pieces are.
So is your clientele also getting younger? Kumbaga, you have younger clients coming in?
I do. Probably the youngest would be in the early 30s.
Okay.
Early 30s.
Nice. Well, Erica, this is a personal question. If you could style any historical figure with any era, who would it be and why? I'm so curious. I love going back to all the different eras.
Yes.
Especially with the kings and queens before.
Yes.
Ganda their jewelry.
Yes, of course. I love Jacqueline de Rive. She just passed away recently, earlier this year. I love her style. I love the way she wears her jewelry. So there are many women that actually I love seeing women wear their jewelry confidently, the way they style it with their clothing, how they're able to pair jewelry with fashion.
Nice.
One more thing, because we're always talking about women. What about for men?
Yes,
what do you recommend for men? What's a nice touch for men aside from the wedding ring?
Wedding ring. For men, I love your charm necklace with all of they're like amulets.
Yeah. I bought this with Tita Margarita Forrest in Florence together.
Oh,
and my mom gave me this. You know that cornuto?
Yeah,
yes.
I have that in my bracelet I got from Florence as well.
Yeah.
From Ponte Vecchio.
Yes, so that's great. Things that are personal to you, that have sentimental value, and because it's something that you want to wear, right?
So something with meaning and value to the self.
Yes.
Oh, Matteo, it's your favorite part.
It is time for...
Erica's getting nervous.
This is the time where we're gonna be playing rapid fire, Erica.
Okay.
So it's the most challenging, hardest game of the show.
Okay.
So you gotta think really hard.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
We're
How
gonna
does it
say
work?
2 words, and you're gonna choose.
Just
which
whatever
word.
comes to mind. Your first answer, just
Gold
spit
or
it out.
silver?
Gold.
Okay. Statement piece or everyday staple?
Statement piece.
Ooh, rings, necklaces, or earrings?
Necklaces.
Oh, this might be hard. Diamonds or colored gemstones?
Colored gemstones.
Custom made or ready to wear?
With fashion or jewelry?
With
jewelry.
Yeah.
Custom made.
Custom.
Okay. Minimalist or maximalist?
Maximalist.
Maximum.
Hey, go.
Sketch first or hands-on experimentation?
hands-on experimentation.
Local finds or imported finds?
It's a tough one. Local finds have their charm. I mean, both. That's a tough one.
A material you haven't worked with yet, but you really want to.
Oh, one answer.
Yeah, just one answer.
Okay, a material I have not worked with yet,
but you really want to get your hands on.
Actually, I'm very intrigued by, there's this jeweler jar who makes things in aluminum.
Okay.
Beautiful pieces, very sculptural pieces. I've never tried working with aluminum, but he uses aluminum.
Local or foreign?
Foreign, French.
That's cool.
Yes.
I would love to see that
Yes.
after the show. Okay, a trend that you super love right now with jewelry.
The big, bold, like 1980s, everybody's loving that, piling on the gold necklaces and big statement earrings.
But is too much for you?
I think if you wear it confidently and you know how to put it together, it can work.
Okay, noted.
Tomorrow I'm going to come in with
with gold everything.
A trend you wish would retire now.
I'm not a big fan of like illusion settings. Not so much. Like,
to make the gems look bigger, but then it has small pieces around.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay, noted. Most unusual commission that you've received?
Most unusual commission. Each piece is very special. It's very personal to the client and to the. So it's each piece really has its own. Each piece has its own, like a special place. Like in my, I remember all of the pieces.
Wow.
Yes.
Galing.
Wow, amazing. One word that would describe your brand.
One word that would describe my jewelry brand.
Jewelry brand.
Beauty. Beauty.
Nice.
A dream client or celebrity you'd love to design for other than Matteo?
A celebrity, like local or?
Let's do a local and international one.
Okay, well, here that I would love to design for, there's so many women here with, if a foreign celebrity who's still around.
Any.
Who I love Elizabeth Taylor also because
classic.
of her jewelry collection, right? So, she had amazing pieces. And many other jewelry collectors like the Duchess of Windsor and Maria Callas even.
Local.
Celebrity. Sarah.
Let's
of course.
do it.
Yes.
There we go.
Let's book an appointment. X-deal. Here we go.
Yes.
No, we should go. We'll check out your space. In Salcedo, correct?
Salcedo Village.
Beautiful.
Yes.
We're very
Well,
excited.
invite our viewers, Erica, where they can find you.
Yes, of
On
course.
Instagram and
Yes.
we're in Salcedo.
So my Instagram is Riqueza Jewelry, @Riqueza Jewelry. And I have a showroom in Salcedo Village, which is by appointment. So you can reach out to me via my Instagram to set an appointment.
What is the Instagram, madam?
It's Riqueza Jewelry.
Riqueza
Well,
Jewelry.
we will see you all there. We will all be buying something.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you very much for being here. Riqueza Jewelry, ladies and gentlemen. Let's book our appointments and let's knock on the door.
Yes.
Let's go there. Let's book. Thank you very
so
much.
much, Miss
Thank you
Erica
for having me.
Concepcion-Reyes.
Wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you, ma'am.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
madam.
you. We'll see
Thank
you
you so
soon,
much.
of course.
Thank
We got more news, right?
Yes, madam, that's right. More news, more jewelry, world sports and entertainment, ladies and gentlemen, is up next. Stay tuned, only here on The Daily Dish.
back to the Daily Dish. Let's get the reaction from Malacanang on Vice President Sara Duterte's pronouncement on her 2028 presidential run. Ivy Reyes joins us on the phone from Malacanang to tell us more. Ivy, go ahead.
Yes, Mai, as Vice President Sara Duterte announces her presidential bid for 2028, President Bongbong Marcos's message to his now estranged running mate is a simple good luck. That's the only message from the president. The palace said PBBM heard the VP's regret of running alongside him, and the palace's response to VP Sara's announcement came with receipts. In a brief presser, the vice president listed down the supposed inadequacies of the administration, including the 2025 budget anomaly, the flood control scandal, price hike, and an ineffective healthcare system, among others. Malacanang's response is that Duterte cannot deny all of the controversies faced by the former administration under former President Rodrigo Duterte, and also listed down all the typhoons the Philippines went through from 2016 to 2021. This is where Palace Press Officer Claire Castro noted that about 13,900 flood control projects were under former SPRD, and that these were not felt by the public. VP Sara apologized for these supposed lapses, but the palace, in a strong tone, said VP Sara should also apologize for the confidential funds spent by the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education from when she was still Deputy Secretary. Duterte also alleged that there was no point in stalling this announcement because while others fear being targeted for announcing a presidential bid this early in the race, VP Sara said her name has long been tainted by the Marcos Jr. administration. And to this, Malacanang calls Duterte a politician instead of a statesman. The difference, according to the palace, is that a statesman or a politician thinks of future elections, while a statesman puts future generations on the line. We also asked if the president's open to teaming up with a so-called opposition bloc of Senator Risa Ontiveros, but they said nothing's on the table for now. Mai.
So, Ivy, wala pang concrete na sinasabi si President Bongbong Marcos regarding any plans for 2028?
Yes, Mai, that's true. As of now, nothing's on the table yet. Only a simple and short good luck.
Pero bitin niya yung reaction niya, no? Good luck lang yung sinabi ni PBBM. May reaction ba si Yusek Claire Castro? Because alam naman natin, ang Palace Press Officer mas pwedeng mag-elaborate and she could speak more about this pronouncement of VP Sara.
The only reaction from the Palace and Yusek Claire Castro is that VP Sara should not take credit for the unit team's win in the 2022 presidential elections. Kasi nga raw po, it's a team and it's PBBM and VP Sara who ran together in 2022.
All right, thank you. Ivy Reyes reporting to us from Malacanang. We begin world news on tensions between Cambodia and Thailand. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet accuses Thai forces of remaining deep inside their land despite a U.S. brokered peace deal. He urges Bangkok to allow a joint boundary commission to start demarcating the disputed border following a December 27 ceasefire. Thailand, however, denies occupying territory and says its troops are holding positions as part of de-escalation measures. The dispute follows the worst clashes in more than a decade, which displaced hundreds of thousands along the 508-mile border. The crescent moon is sighted signaling the start of Ramadan. Authorities in Saudi Arabia confirmed this, marking the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. Muslims will fast from dawn to dusk, beginning each day with suhoor and breaking the fast with iftar after sunset. Cities across the Middle East mark the occasion with lights and lanterns as the month leads to Eid al-Fitr, also known as the Festival of Breaking the Fast.
Alex Eala shocks the tennis world in Dubai as she takes down world number 8, Jasmine Paolini, to charge into the round of 16, fueled by a roaring crowd. Sheila Salaysay reports.
Blending explosive athleticism with fearless heart, Alex Eala delivered a defining performance of power, poise, and pure fighting spirit, overpowering world number 8 Jasmine Paulini 6-1, 7-5 to storm into the round of 16 of the Dubai Tennis Championships, sending a strong message that Filipino excellence belongs among the world's tennis elite. Fueled by the deafening cheers of a passionate Filipino crowd at center court, Eala displayed fearless composure and unbreakable heart, overcoming immense pressure in a dramatic second-set tiebreak to topple the reigning 2024 champion of the prestigious WTA 1000 tournament. The young Filipina sensation showed championship grit after surrendering a 5-3 advantage in the second set, as Paulini surged back with 3 consecutive games to seize a 6-5 lead. But refusing to yield, Eala responded with steely determination, forcing a tie break and clawing back from a 3-2 deficit with clutch, fearless shot, making that ultimately secured the historic straight sets triumph. With the stadium echoing with Filipino cheers, Eala revealed she drew strength from the overwhelming support of kababayans, using their energy as motivation to fight through every rally and every point.
Sleep, I think it's everyone's bedtime. People probably have work, so really thank you so much for coming and supporting. It's so nice to see. The atmosphere is so lively here. It's my first time playing this tournament, so I really appreciate the love, everyone. Thank you.
Despite slipping to world number 47 in the rankings, Eala unleashed a blazing start, dismantling Paulini with 5 straight games to dominate the opening set 6-1, sending a clear message that Philippine tennis continues to rise among the world's elite. Fresh off a strong showing at the Abu Dhabi Open, Eala now marches forward with growing confidence as she prepares to battle Sorana Cirstea, carrying with her the hopes, pride, and fighting spirit of an entire nation. Sheila Salaysay, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
All right, Filipino Olympian Francis Ceccarelli's campaign at the 2026 Winter Olympics has ended. Ceccarelli's crash during his first run in Monday's men's slalom in Bormio, Italy, registering a did not finish. Heavy snowfall also affected the track conditions that day. Earlier in the games, Ceccarelli placed 54th overall in the giant slalom category. Also, ladies and gentlemen, entertainment news, it is proof that love really is a give and take, is it? Well, after celebrating his birthday last week, Klay Thompson returned the favor in headlining and making fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, gifting girlfriend Megan Thee Stallion, yes, correct, a brand new baby blue Bentley. Oh my goodness, look how nice. Of course, the 3-time Grammy Award winner shared the surprise in a carousel post on social media. Others' photos showed moments from Megan's birthday getaway, from Grand Slam shots in a gold dress to the sun-soaked snaps by the water with Thompson. Look at that. Her birthday comes with just 3 days after Thompson's own Clay Day celebration with friends and family. The 4-time NBA champion and the chart-topping rapper have been making headlines since going public in 2025. More kisses there. And of course, clearly not keeping celebrations low-key.
Still in entertainment, comedian and television host Whoopi Goldberg is firmly shutting down claims linking her to late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The clarification comes after her name appeared in documents related to Epstein's case. Speaking on The View, Goldberg directly denied having any relationships with Epstein. Here's part of that exchange.
In the name of transparency, can you put up my name is in the files? Yes. And what does it say? It says, Whoopi needs a plane to get to Monaco. John Lennon's charity, it should say Julian Lennon's charity, is paying for it. They don't want to charter, so they're looking for private owners. Here's the info. And they give all the information, and they're saying, do you want to offer your G2?
And it looks like they said no thanks.
I wasn't his girlfriend. I wasn't his
You were
friend.
too old for him.
I was not only too old, but it was at a time, where this is just not. You used to have facts before you said stuff.
Up next, we speak with Norhanie Lao Mama, Director of Humanitarian Response at Youth Dawa for Peace, as she shares her work in community outreach, and her advocacy for Muslim Filipinos. Don't go away, the Daily Dish will be right back.
Welcome back to the Daily Dish Studio audience. Some love. We're joined today by business professional, jurist, doctor, and humanitarian leader who has led many relief operations and community outreach initiatives, especially during Ramadan. Very exciting.
She also co-hosts a podcast where she engages in conversations on Muslim Filipinos and social issues. Please welcome to the show Norhanie Lao Mama, also known as Anna of Youth Dawa for Peace.
Yes. Welcome, madam.
Salam, did I get it right?
Yes, salam.
Okay.
Like
salam, Anna.
Yes.
Salam. Ramadan. It was supposed to be today, but I think it's...
There's big talk on that.
Yeah.
Explain that to us.
Yeah. That's actually the usual confusion of the people. Bakit daw nagmo-move yung Ramadan? So, Islamic calendar is about lunar calendar. So, the start of Ramadan depends on the sighting of the moon.
Okay.
So, kung hindi nakita yung moon today, we have to do Ramadan the next day.
So does it mean if it's cloudy or what, you move it right away?
Yes.
Because if you say lunar calendar, sa Chinese New Year rin kasi, lunar calendar
Lunar
rin.
calendar.
Pero there's no need to actually see the actual sighting of the moon.
Yes.
But for you guys,
we have different ways of sighting the moon. Pero yesterday, it was not sighted.
I know, I didn't see it. I went for a walk last night, a jog.
Yes.
It was clear, starry night, but there was no moon.
I did a movie before the crescent moon, and I really studied the religion, the Muslim religion. I super love it, and my mind was so open because of that. I really prayed in the mosque, and my respects sa lahat ng mga kaibigan nating Muslim.
Nakakatawa ko ng puso.
Grabe. And going back to Ramadan, so we were talking backstage kanina, it's not just about fasting. It's more praying, control, self-control. What is the main objective and goal for people that don't know, no? How can we explain
Ramadan.
that?
So, Ramadan is a sacred month in Islam. We abstained. It is focused on fasting, reflection, and Islamic growth. But it is not just about physical practice. It is more on discipline. There's a lot of sacrifices that you do, and it's more on abstaining from not doing something bad. And this is also the month of generosity, and Muslims become more charitable in this month.
I'm sure our sisters and brothers out there, they all know about this. But because we're also celebrating Ash Wednesday, it's the start today, talagang mas katoliko ang mga Pilipino. So it's quite important to be able to understand all the different types of religion. Personally, my religion is love. That's it. That's what I believe in. But this one to me is quite close to my heart because I shared with you earlier on. My husband converted just last year.
Wow.
Oh, he also surprised me. Don't worry. We were all surprised. But it's
So,
such a
ang tawag
beautiful.
dun, balik Islam, no? Correct?
Revert, yes.
Okay.
Balik Islam.
Balik Islam,
Yes.
even if you weren't.
Yeah, that's how we
Muslim
call it.
before?
We
Okay,
also
please
call it
explain.
revert also. Because there's a belief that we are all born Muslim.
Yeah,
That's
we're
why
all original Muslim.
Yeah, that's our belief.
Well, interestingly enough, what I learned last year from doing my great Arabic adventure tour last year is that being Christian or even Muslim, it all has the same characters,
There's a lot.
right? With the
Yes.
Bible, same people, maybe just quite some different angles, but it's quite similar, very similar to each other. Okay, let's go back to the practices of Ramadan. You said a lot to do with generosity and your thoughts. So let's talk about the thoughts. Like, we're not supposed to be thinking bad thoughts. How do we practice that during Ramadan?
Oh, yeah. Kasi that's the usual also the misconception. It's just all about not eating and not drinking. But that's actually the easiest part of Ramadan. It's actually you are like you are, what do you call that? Parang pinipigilan mo yung anger mo.
Self-control
Self-control, especially na gutom ka.
Oh no, you can't judge people.
Yeah, you can. You can't judge people kasi especially kapag Ramadan, the sin is mas mabigat kapag Ramadan. So, as much as possible, don't do sin.
So, it's pure thoughts.
It's pure thoughts and your intention also.
Okay.
So, this is like the month to reset. Be a good person, be more aware of the people around you. Kasi when you don't drink and eat, you become more aware of the one who actually gives those blessings, diba? So every time you eat and then you drink, parang mas nai-empathize ka to the people who don't have access in that blessing. Alam na alam mo yung feeling nila when they are hungry, especially for those who are affected by war. So you know the feeling of being hungry.
Amazing.
So you become more grateful to your God, and at the same time, you become more generous.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. And you were telling me kanina, during Ramadan, you also do a lot of charitable efforts. So how do you organize and lead relief initiatives, kumbaga, especially in this time of Ramadan? Or what are your plans coming towards Ramadan?
Usually, Muslims are known to be generous talaga.
Yes.
But in Ramadan, we do extra act of generosity. So every Ramadan, we organize iftars. Iftars is when we break fast.
Okay.
So we go to like madrasa where students learn Arabic, and those who are people in need. So we organize those iftar. We help them break
So
the
ang tawag
fast.
natin doon, iftar.
Yeah, so that
po,
one
yes.
is when, tama ba ko, when the sun sets, that's the only time you could actually take in and be able to have
Breakfast.
Yes.
breakfast there.
Yes, tama po.
I'm so interested with this because if you see, we were talking about similarities earlier on, Matteo, no? If you see, Anna, even the Catholics, we also have fasting, right?
Yes, yes.
So they're so similar in that way that there's a need to be able to detach yourself from certain things so that you could actually be more appreciative and grateful with others. So, okay, now what about the pressing or the most pressing needs that you see that is needed for the community to be served?
What do you mean pressing needs?
Like things that you see that are medyo may gap, may kailangan para to be able to serve the community. Is it more awareness for Filipinos? Kasi there's a way, in a way, we're very Manila-centric in the Philippines,
yes.
diba? I always hear that. So, do you feel that there needs to be more awareness? Kasi about not just the religion, but the practice in itself?
Yes, tama. Actually, this is one of the great initiatives that you've done. Thank you very much for inviting us to shed light about Ramadan. So this kind of platform where we are allowed to speak and explain what is Ramadan all about. And siguro more on being aware of the people when they are having Ramadan, especially if you have a co-worker or if you have a worker who is doing Ramadan. So maybe just a little bit of consideration, like more flexible in working hours, mga ganun lang.
I have a sharing with this because when I went to Dubai a few years back, it was also during Ramadan. And the people who were preparing our food were also fasting.
Yes.
They had not sipped a single drop of water yet.
Exactly.
And when I realized that, I was like, wow, imagine them going through that whole day and they were preparing our meals. So it's a good reminder to other Filipinos out there who have also part of their team, maybe employees, their staff who are practicing this, to also be aware, diba? And to be conscious.
Exactly.
Actually, meron din ako isang employee, shout out Z, watching right now.
Yes.
So she's
Hi,
going to start
Z.
tomorrow.
Love you,
Tomorrow.
Z.
This
Can you
4 a.m.
This 4 a.m. Can you explain to me, to the viewers na hindi talaga naintindihan or lahat ng detalye ng Ramadan, can you explain? So 4 a.m. you start fasting until what time?
Until 6 p.m. sunset.
Sunset?
Yes.
And then you can eat?
We can eat first. You break it lightly.
Okay.
We are advised to break it using water and dates.
Dates.
Yes.
Why dates?
Kasi it's very nutritious. At tapos maano na niya kaagad yung ano mo, palate mo. Parang nabubusog ka
It
rin kaagad.
satisfies you right away
Yes.
after a long
Yes,
fast.
exactly.
No? Okay,
Opo.
interesting.
Madam, I told you kanina backstage, I went to Mindanao a few years
Yes.
ago. Beautiful place. I went to
Thank
Sulu,
you.
Basilan. Marawi, where you're from, hindi pa ako napunta doon.
Dapat, you have
Sana
to
one
go
day
there.
makapunta
That's a
ako
dream
dyan.
for me too.
Yeah,
Oo.
shout out muna natin lahat ng mga kapatid natin dyan
Yes,
sa Mindanao.
please.
We have a lot of beautiful people. And I remember I went to a school there.
Yes.
Ang ganda ng experience ko dahil sobrang sayahin nila lahat. And you know, I was there and I told one of the people, somebody asked me, Matteo, what's your dream for Mindanao? Sabi ko, sana one day this can be open to all tourists because the land in Mindanao is so beautiful. And I think today, more and more local tourists are appreciating
Yes.
Mindanao.
Alam niyo, nakakataba ng puso that's how you describe Mindanao because we are trying so hard to change the image of Mindanao kasi lagi na lang putukan, ganun. But nakakataba ng puso when an artist like you says na ganito siya kasaya, masaya siya, maganda na place. Kayo yung totoong nakapunta doon sa place. You don't
Maganda.
have, yeah.
Maganda. I mean,
Sobra.
she grew up in Marawi mismo and we were talking
Actually,
backstage.
some of the best beaches in the Philippines
The
are
best.
actually
Exactly.
in Mindanao.
In
And
Basilan.
I share the same experience with you, Matteo. I went to Basilan and I did a travel show way back before. And when I went there, it was a completely different picture from what was being told to me.
Exactly.
Christians and Muslims living in peace, talking to one another. I still promote Basilan all the way because of it.
Thank you.
So yeah, those perceptions, are they being broken down now? Or sa tingin nyo, it's still the same as before na ang tingin is, magulo dyan, nakakatakot?
I believe it is changing now, especially in my
Especially
podcast.
with Mateo's
also.
endorsement.
Exactly. Nakakatawa
No,
ko
we should,
talaga
you know,
ng
one day we
puso.
should
Opo.
because we cannot take the fact away that meron talaga nangyayari.
Oo naman.
You know, the
Opo.
extremism, etc. But today, people like you are really trying to change how it's done. And of course, the government is also trying their best also in local government. So, we should do something. We should do a campaign to really appreciate the land because at the end of the day, mga Pinoy pa rin tayo.
Tama.
Tayo pa rin to.
Like, yung iba, kaming mga taga Mindanao, nalilibot namin ng Pilipinas. Pero yung mga hindi taga Mindanao, hindi nila nalilibot yung Pilipinas kasi takot sila pumunta ng Mindanao.
So how can you break the stigma na hindi safe, ganito? What can you say?
Right now, I made a podcast especially for that. Like, just to break the stigma, pinapakita namin na this is us, the Filipino Muslims. Ito kami. We are just the same. We just have hijabs, but we are almost the same. You can go here. Pwede, okay din yung namin, scenery namin.
Let's do it. When's the best time to go? What month?
February, sobrang lamig sa amin ngayon.
Really?
As in,
Cool
Feng
air.
sa Marawi, opo. You have to go there,
What
please.
would you make us try? What would you make us taste first?
Chicken piaparan, of course.
Oh
That's
my
like the yellow chicken.
Yes. With the sauce, no?
Merong sauce, merong namang dry, yung may coconut na yellow. And at the same time, of course, our palapa.
What is
That's
that?
our
What's palapa?
spices.
Okay.
Kung may gochujang meron kaming palapa.
May seafood ba kayo dyan? Because Sarah's seafood only.
Yes,
Okay.
ay talaga, pescatarian.
yeah.
Oh.
Sa Basilan, sobrang
Doon,
rami.
Basilan and Sulu, but you should go naman in
Okay, let's
Marawi.
No, I really want. I do have a friend who sources her materials when it comes to fashion. Yes,
Yun, a
from
lot of
Marawi.
beautiful
Yes,
items
beautiful
handcrafted,
textile.
yeah.
Yes.
The Okir also.
Yes.
By the way, can we stay in your house when we go?
Of course, you are very much welcome. I will feed you.
Amazing. I mean,
5 times a day.
Sige, I promise.
5 times a day.
Yeah, I will showcase all of our Maranao food.
But you know, Madam, you're amazing doing
Thank
humanitarian
you.
work, promoting Mindanao, promoting the Muslim community. More power to you.
Thank you po.
More? What's your foresight? Where do you want this to go?
I would want to have equality. Equality in everything. Not just, hindi namin sinasabi na we want to be superior. We just want equality in everything. Like, for example, ganito, meron kaming holiday, we need to pray also. So, sana mabigyan yun ng mga pansin na in work, we have to pray 5 times a day. So, it's not something now I'm not saying na it's about
Or special treatment,
yes,
diba?
it's
not
more
that.
about equity.
Okay.
Parang application of equality to every ano.
So you have to pray 5 times a day.
Opo. And in Ramadan, it increases.
And that's why, you know, if you go to airports, hotels, there are certain establishments that really observe this,
Yes.
right? Maybe most won't know, but diba when you go to hotel rooms, there's actually
A sign.
what do you call that
that's
again?
Qibla.
The
So
Qibla.
that's where you like, for
Orient
example,
yourself,
yes.
no?
We don't just, when we pray, we don't just pray here. There's like
A direction.
A direction
yeah,
that they're supposed to be facing.
Yes.
So yeah, let's follow through with that. How can other faiths, do you think, how can they respect more the observance of Ramadan? So that, kasi yung iba naman, it's not that they don't care, nahihiya sila, they don't
Yes,
know much
tama
about it.
po,
So
opo.
what would you advise?
My advice lang is, actually, you don't need to give us extra treatment or something. Just be aware that we are doing fasting.
This is very important because as a business owner, I have some
Opo.
employees that are Muslim.
Yes
So
po.
please tell me how I should give them a little leeway, especially
Leeway po,
this Ramadan
siguro,
time.
more aware lang that their energy might be low.
Okay.
Sometimes, and usually wala yung tulog.
Okay.
So more on parang be flexible in working. But you don't have to be super duper ano
Yes, of
naman,
course,
because that's part of our challenge also.
And
That's
it's a
part of
beautiful
Ramadan.
time. You know, just talking to you, and when I did my movie before on how you pray and everything, it's such a beautiful experience na
Thank
hindi
you
ko
very
malilimutan
much
yan.
po.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Anna.
you.
Maybe before we let you go, maybe join us into greeting our other audience as well who will be practicing and
Yes.
doing Ramadan. Go ahead and greet
Yes.
them.
Sa atin pong mga kababayang Muslim, happy Ramadan, and may this Ramadan change us for the better. Maraming
Palakpakan studio audience. Maraming salamat.
Ramadan Mubarak, Anna. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you
once
very
again.
much.
That's Miss Norhanie. And we hope you guys learned a lot and enjoyed that conversation. But first, the Daily Dish will be right back.
Welcome back to the Daily Dish. Tomorrow we'll speak with Mika Lagdameo on rediscovering herself, starting a new business, and self-love. We'll also have PR maven and millennial creative Harry Hartman on how he uses the art of disruption to usher in a new era of public relations and brand building. What a good show!
Okay, I have to understand this yet.
Yeah, what is that? Tell us
I don't even understand.
the origins of
I don't, just like
Yebo.
6'7", we don't understand. There are some things in life it's best not to understand because we cannot explain. Sometimes sabi nga nila, ignorance is bliss.
True.
Diba?
Yebo.
Alright, happy Hump Day Wednesday.
Why, where are we going? Are we done?
Yes!
We're done!
The hour and a half flew by so
Can we extend 5 more minutes?
It will take another week before we see and have this energy again.
We will miss you, Matteo. Mateo's here with us every
We'll see you guys in the
Wednesday.
restaurant, coming Alabang.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
We'll be there.
By the way, it's time for rapid. Oh no, it's not time for rapid. We're ending the show. So, okay.
Ito si Matteo.
May say nga, yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Okay, now, back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Daily Din.
I hope you can join us again tomorrow, guys.
A lot of spelled C.
With zero filter and a lot of yeah boys when Mateo's here. I'm Monique Tuzon-Basi. Anytime is a good time because it's always more fun with us.
Yes, it's Ferdy's time next week to tomorrow. And Matteo Guidicelli po ito, always on top. On top. Yes, always on top. Because you said something kanina. Always on top with the news and stories that matter most, ladies and gentlemen.
Right
I am Chal Lontoc, having fun and going crazy right now here. Stay tuned to the Bilyonaryo News Channel always.
Thanks for making us your lunchtime companion. I'm Mai Rodriguez. That's the Daily
Yeah, boy,
Dish.
boy.